Hey, Brody, welcome to another Zwift race. Today, stage 3 of the Tour de Zwift. Well, basically, it was bad planning on my part for this episode, and I initially started like a threshold workout, and I did like 5 intervals. Basically, I had only 3 left, I think, or 2 maybe. And I was like, well, a Zwift race is coming up. Why don't I go and do a Zwift race? Yeah, as you can see, it's like crazy. I want, yeah, relative effort is high because I was like doing, yeah, I was basically doing. What is this? Okay, well, it's 57, not that high, but still, it's relatively higher. Uh, but yeah, I was kind of cooked. Not gonna lie, because he did like 5, and like in the fifth one, I was super cooked, and I even stopped. I was dying, and then I was like, "What's a worse idea than doing a threshold workout and then quitting it midway?" Is to do a threshold workout and then do a race after. And yeah, just as my brain suggested in a probably my worst planning moment of all time, well, probably not, but still, I went in and decided to go for the stage 3 at that time because I thought, well, it had the lower bracket, so I probably have a better chance of winning or probably placing in the top 10. Okay, looking at the parkour, so I mean the thing is we start climbing from the get-go, which is kind of cooked. Not gonna lie, it's kind of crazy that we start climbing from the get-go. So you know there will be splits from the start. And I also like watched 2 or 3 YouTubers before. I don't think I have the video up, but thanks to those people, I was able to like see. That's basically the first like you have to do like a max effort up this climb to be able to stick with the group. Um, and I've learned from Chris Horner a lot of things, and yeah, none of them work here to be honest, because this is like Zwift, and real life racing is are way too different. So we climb from the get go, and probably this one you have to go like 100%, or at least as go as far as you can to stick with the first group. If you want to win, if you don't want to win, if you want to do this as a group ride, well then it's not a problem. If you want to do this as a race, you should stick with the first group, do as much effort as you can do, and at the end still keep that power until you like pass a little bit like 200 meters over the downhill, and then like let go because all your momentum will now go to the downhill. So yeah, try to coast as much as possible in the downhill. Let me change the color. I think green would be suitable. So yeah, whoa, that's like a blinding green. That's not green. Let me go back and choose a better green. This one is much better. So yeah, try to coast as much as possible in the downhill. And then, uh, from what I saw in the race, this is like a kind of a deceptive part because it looks like this is like relatively flat or like at least hilly. But no, there's like, I mean, obviously there's like a KOM marker, but you expect just this part to be uphill. But no, this whole section is uphill until you reach the KOM, and the KOM is like 9% or 10% for like 300 meters or 200 meters. And then it also stays like up and down all the way. And like basically, there is no flat section in this whole. Okay, no, not that there isn't. But the downhills are like too shallow to recover in, and the uphill are like too, how do I say it, like too steep to just like coast up them or like do, I don't know, zone 2 effort, if I can call it that. So you'll be doing massive power on the uphill and then trying to do a little bit of power on the downhill and letting yourself go the rest of the way. And especially in this part, uh, the uphill in this section is where all the action happens. So in this section where there is like the 4 climbs, so this is like the loop as you can see. This part is where all the action will happen. And if there are massive breaks, they will happen in this section. most likely. And yeah, the return. So after you finish this, let me wait for it to reach that point. So after you finish the last climb, try to go a little bit deeper and like push yourself because there is, um, hopefully we can see it, because you will go like right here, and all this is like basically slight uphill. As you can see, it's like you go up, and until you reach the climb. And this section here is basically like, if I'm not mistaken, like 3% to 4%. And this is where also another massive, how do I say it, like break in the group might happen. And what I did, okay, so what I did in my race, or what I thought of doing, is to kind of launch myself down and then get like a head start and then relax a bit and then just go into tempo mode until the end, and maybe push a little bit at the end, which is basically what I've done. But sadly I had a threshold workout before this, so like my power was barely enough to do anything of that sort. So yeah, I guess we should go to the race and watch. This one, to be honest, I don't have any video of me recording because the camera didn't want to work until right now. And yeah, let's go to the actual race. I just yapped for 6 minutes for no reason. Okay, first things first, I kind of forgot to start recording. As you can see, this is like, I don't think you can see it, but this is the this is basically at the end of the first climb, and I was basically at the end of the first group, as you can see up here. Well, I can't zoom in, so it's kind of sad. Do I not have any tools in this? I don't have any tools. Well, anyway. So yeah, I'd already like pushed a lot, and my heart rate didn't want to work, and I was like, okay, I need to get my heart rate working. I think it's around this time that I like disconnected it and connected it again, and it should probably be. And as you can see, I pushed a little bit more, and then on the downhill, I basically coasted for a long time and used the anvil, obviously. My goal in this is to try and catch up to the first group, because if you get dropped from the, as you can see, like the average in the first 3 minutes is like 250, and my FTP is like 235, I think. Yeah, 235, and I was basically cooked, super cooked. Like you can see probably here better. The average was like 260, and I'm super cooked. Yeah, and then we went to the downhill. Um, I don't know if I should let the full race play out or I should skip to the interesting parts. I mean, this race as a whole was super interesting because there was like a lot of action going on. Yeah, let me close some things from this side of my screen. Okay, yeah. As you can see, the downhill, I'm trying to reach the first group. I was trying to preserve my power as much as possible while trying to connect my heart rate. And yeah, didn't seem to work for now. Well, I mean, kind of is working for now. I don't know what that notification was. Maybe it was like a WhatsApp notification. No, no, it was not a WhatsApp notification. Well, I don't know if it was from here or where. Anyway, and then the first, well, hill, let's call it. Uh, okay, we're gonna watch while I remove some of my unused files over here. Like multitasking. Anyway, well, this, as you can see, I got my heart rate connected, and I'm like trying to do my zone. Well, this technically zone 3. It's tempo. But I'm like, well, my heart rate is not bad. I mean, for somebody who did like a threshold effort, like 5 threshold efforts before this, well, it's certainly not that bad. Yeah. Well, now I'm doing some kind of power to actually reach, because this guy is he's trying to make me do the the work. J Rutin. Next time I'm gonna drop you. Okay. Yeah, I think I shouldn't have done a lot of power over here because the group already was trying, like starting to bubble up. They were letting the power go, and I don't know where. And yeah, there was like a group chasing us that broke from the split of the downhill, or basically from the uphill technically. And yeah, the downhill made that even worse. But now that the group isn't doing like that much power, I think they were able to get back to the group. Yeah, some ride-ons while we're at it, while we're chilling, and we reached the first challenge. Well, this one is where I kind of made a small mistake. Okay, I made a lot of mistakes. And okay, on the flat part, I pushed a little bit, and then I used my. I think I used this. Yeah, I pushed a little bit on the flat, and then I used my feather. It's basically a lot of power for me. I don't like to push this much, um, especially when my trainer doesn't allow me to have like resistance and shit. I don't like it. I would love to have like a well, I will eventually get like a if my channel reaches like 1,000 subscribers or something. As you can see, I pushed like a little bit. Um, I don't know if I get okay. I get another featherweight, and this okay. I rest a little bit, and then I think I'm gonna push just so I can get over the next bump because the people with this will get a lot of momentum in the uphill. So yeah, you can see me sticking with the group and then pushing 300 watts just to stick with them to get over these bumps. And yeah, these bumps are like annoying because if you don't do enough power, you'll basically get dropped instantly. And yeah, you can see there's already like split from the group behind us. Okay, I think the split was there. Let me check. Well, yeah, technically the split was there, but it kind of made it worse, I think. Yeah, you can see it's kind of made it worse. Uh, yeah, the next climb, well, we didn't push a lot, except for these two. I don't know why they pushed like 6 watts. Yeah, as I was saying, like my trainer doesn't have resistance, and I feel like that was like a massive disadvantage because I can't react to the terrain changes instantly. I need to look up like at the number at the top, or like wait for the thing to show up, or like keep like checking the guys' power. It's super annoying. I can't concentrate on like my strategy if I don't have any resistance. And yeah, on the flat, I barely did any power, and now I'm like at the front, which is kind of bad idea. I adjust my computer, my camera. Yeah, um, well, lowered my power trying to recover in the group, and there's like another downhill after this. So yeah, it's the perfect time to like go to zone 2 power, zone 3 relatively. Yeah, very. As you can see, like the route is not flat. Well, I mean there is like some flat parts, but you can't recover because there is always like the next small climb, the next punch, the next kicker. Yeah, can I recovered? Well, not much, but still, recovery is recovery, I guess. As long as my heart rate isn't 180 BPM, it's fine. Yeah, like even now, I can still feel my heart. Yeah, yes, yeah, I was absolutely cooked. 177, and you can see like the we grouped up with the. I didn't notice it. Sorry for my bad commentary. Okay, no, never mind. We already grouped with the one before. Like the group already reached us, but and in this one, like they were with us. And now I have a lot of people to draft behind, which is a good thing. You know, it's always a good thing. And I'm gonna talk about the. Well, this is not the kicker I was talking about now. Yeah, this part here is also like a part where a small selection I think was made. No, I don't think. Okay, well, we. Let me see. It started like just a barely like a small push of power. Well, a push of power is like 3 watts per kilogram, which is my threshold power basically. My tempo. I don't know. It's like my zone 4 up here. And yeah, I was like at the front for no reason. I don't have controls as well, so it's kind of difficult. I'm thinking of getting like a smart trainer with the Zwift cog and things, and also the what do you call them? Whatever they are. You know what I mean? The controls. Probably the Zwift Play. It looks cool because I still want to use my bike. Or maybe I buy like a super super old bike Or even maybe, okay, I'm having bad thoughts, like a track bike. I'm just checking if the yeah, we started pushing a little bit of watts because the group was starting to stretch out, and I was at the end of the group, and I was thinking, well, there is like a downhill after this, so I gotta try to stick as much as possible with the group. And as you can see, there was like a lot of breakaway tries or attempts, but basically nobody could break away because the group was super fast on getting them back. And as you can see, I'm like at the end of the group, and I sprint a little bit. It was kind of useless to sprint. Okay, sorry, I had like this burpee thing. Well, I sprinted for no reason. Oh, I still have the burpee thing. Excuse me. Okay, I don't think this would be the point where the group splits. Still, I mean, I think if I remember correctly, the group didn't split, at least until the end. In the end, it was the real deal with it. Okay, well, never mind. Now that I say it, and there is like a split in the group, it's kind of funny. Excuse me for these burpee things. I don't know what's happening. I think the other group will actually like reach us when we go downhill because on the downhill we didn't go that. Okay, now that I say it and I like be the first one, it's kind of I don't know what to say. It's poetic, you know. I say we didn't go insane this downhill, and then I'm the one who pushes the pace. I don't know why I did push the pace. I kind of wanted to rest, as you can see. So I kind of yeah did a little bit of push to get the people. Well, I thought I could get like the super tight, but I couldn't. The gradient is a little too shallow. Okay, yeah, green power. It's perfect for me to recover 172. Perfect. My heart rate was lowering, but then we are reaching the point of another kicker, which which is important because another kicker means a lot of power. You can see like this. The Chinese dude is like putting a lot of power. I don't know why. There he is. Okay, yeah. Zone 2, Zone 1, Zone 3 power. Like downhill is was super chill on this one at least. I mean, after I did the sprint thing, you know. And then, as you can see, I pushed the power a little bit just so I can get ahead and do the climb in the way where I like drift backwards a little bit, you know. I kept on the power, 4.5 watts or whatever. It's massive numbers. My legs were hurting so much. But my goal in here was like to stay as much as I can with with the first group. If I lost the first group, I knew I basically lost this race. Well, I mean, I lost the race, but you know what I mean. Like if I didn't do this, okay, yeah, never mind. I'm gonna increase the thing, my volume. And yeah, if I didn't do that, I would probably lose the top 10 places. As you can see, there's like a small breakaway at the front. Yeah, excuse these sounds. Like, what the hell is happening? Okay, I'm gonna stop for a second. Okay, another downhill. Yeah, this wasn't like a chill climb at all. As you can see, like people are doing like 5, 6, 7 watts per kg up a kicker. I could do that probably if I had resistance on on my trainer. Sadly, I don't. So I have to. I really have to change the gears and do all the work basically, and it's not fun to do all the work. Well, I mean, I do all the work either way, but still. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, there's also like this is the part where I told you it's like kind of deceptive. So here you need to push the power a little bit. You're gonna see me like push to like the zone 4 thing or the yellow zone. And yeah, this is where I kind of push into the yellow zone. And do I push into in? Yeah, I try to at least. I mean, I saw everybody was chill, so I didn't kind of try to attack. But then once we reached the red section, yeah, everybody started to go 4 watts per kg and stuff. And as you can see, like the all the other people are like jumping over us. Excuse me for the noises again, because I don't know what to say, what to do. I stopped for like 15 minutes to cure this and it didn't go away. Okay, so this is the start of the first. Well, this is the first lap that we do this kicker. Basically, this is just like a kicker. So if you go in with enough speed with your group, and then like you can basically go through it insanely fast, and you'll see there's also like a small, very small kicker on the top. If you see what I'm showing on the map, excuse me again, it's like this small kicker again. This one is super easy to overcome because if you go with down with enough speed, you can overcome it super fast. So I'm gonna let the things play out while I stop this thing. Now that I've done this, both workouts, I'm kind of sleepy. Either way, as you can see, we're going in with kind of some good speed. At least that's what I think we're going at. Well, relatively speed. And then here we slow down a little bit, and you're gonna see that we're gonna struggle when it comes to the kicker. And like in the couple of next laps, you're gonna see me push a little bit at the in the downhill, just so I don't have to deal with the. You're gonna see like a lot of people will do. Okay, never mind. They didn't do that. Okay, yeah. Barely enough power. Like, yeah, 5 watts per kilogram. Well, they did for a split second and then stopped. And I was like nearly dropped. And I was like, okay, this is a moment of learning. And I was like, we were on a downhill. And if we go down with enough speed, we can basically skip this thing completely. Like, if we go in at 45 Ks, we were going at 38, I think, or 40, and that didn't allow us to go up fast enough. But if we go like 50, 45, we could go up that super fast. And here I was going into the yellow just to this is deceptive. It's kind of annoying to have like a drag and then excuse me, a drag and then have like this. Yeah, I can't commentate with this burping shit. Okay, let me stop. Okay, hopefully I can speak for at least some time. Yeah, this deceptive part, as you can see, it's like it grows, grow. Well, I can't speak. It grows, and then the kicker comes. That's where I use my thing before we get like the next power up. Well, it's kind of deceptive because there's like this small kicker, and then it's super flat or relatively flat until you reach the banner, and then there's like the downhill. And it's deceptive because I was also thinking, how is the there like a group in front of us? And yeah, I stuck to the first group. This wasn't the best of decisions because I knew we weren't like far off even if I stuck with the previous group. But then I was like, okay, it's downhill. I can like basically coast. Well, coast relatively, I guess. And yeah, this downhill was way chiller than the previous one. I think. I know that when I say that, it's gonna turn into another like super speed, super fast thing bullshit. Yeah, you can see. Well, I wasn't doing that much power to be honest. I can't speak. Well, you see, we're gonna lose all the speed at this small kicker before we reach the other kicker. You can see it's kicker flat, and then we go in, and then our speed slow. Okay, this one I don't think our speed slows down. Okay, no, we slow down. Yeah, you can see if when we slow down, the kicker seems to be like a little bit slower than it actually should be. You can see it takes like I don't know 10 seconds maybe. I don't know how much. Yeah, let's count it. Yeah, technically 10 seconds. Yeah, 6, 5. Yeah, approximately 10 seconds in this one. But you're gonna see in the next lap. Okay, yeah, let's skip a little bit. The same strategy over here, like going into the yellow. I can't commentate with this shit. God damn. I mean, I probably should have redone the video, but I'm like too lazy. And I still have the burpee thing. Well, anyway, let's continue, I guess. Basically, the same strategy repeats over here, except this one. I think yeah, I'm pushing because I'm seeing the numbers at the right, and yeah, I see the numbers and I push, and luckily I'm at the front of the group, so I kind of lucky. But I'm pushing like way too much power, like 5 watts per kilogram. It's a lot, and 7 there for some reason. Why? Yeah, uh, I thought I was being called. I'm at the front now, and this I think the lap where I like do the pushing. So I think if I'm not mistaken, I got an anvil over here. I did, and yeah, I started pushing. I think yeah, as you can see, it's like 400 watts, 300, 300. Yeah, pushing a lot of watts, and then okay, well, popped the anvil before. Okay, so yeah, now I push again. Now that I see this guy going super fast, I was okay. Let's push this super fast, and you're gonna see how much time we take on that small kicker that I mentioned before, with the all the speed that we're going with right now. I don't know, maybe we didn't go with that much speed that as I was thinking. Yeah, well, looking at it, I don't think we went in as with as much speed as I was thinking. But it felt like a faster kicker, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, 45. Yeah, yeah, we did go in with a faster speed, as you can see, and it took us three, four, five, 9, 10. Okay, well, 9 seconds probably. I don't know. It wasn't. Yeah, well, I mean, it felt faster when I was racing. To be honest, it felt super fast. Well, I don't even drink, man. It's haram. I don't know. Maybe I was drinking too much water with this. Yeah. Maybe drinking water will solve it. No, it didn't. It made it worse. Same strategy on this part. It's like yeah, going into the yellow and then into the red in the kicker. God damn, to the kicker, and yeah, let's see how this plays out. We had a very short break of AU, and yeah, I didn't put in a lot of power to catch them, to be honest. So it's kind of surprising. Well, I never mind. Now that I'm seeing 300, I did put in. I think I had the anvil here because I came into the climb with no power ups basically, and it was like the a bad decision. Yeah, I think this is the one where I truly pushed. Yeah, for 54. Excuse me. Then I was like pushing a little bit more. Did I push a little bit more? I think I did. No, I did not. Never mind. I thought I was doing a lot of pushing in the downhills. I mean, in real life, I'm like a crazy ass descender. I mean, check my Strava. Check my Strava. I have like a KOM of downhill. Well, probably it's nobody has that. Okay, well, not a lot of people attempted that KOM, but still, having a KOM is a KOM. I didn't create the segment, so that's a win for me. A win is a win. Yeah, this one we came in way too slow into the kicker, and now that I see it, yeah, there was like a massive selection over here. Uh, can see like it's split on that down on the previous downhill. Let me check again. Let's go back. I mean race analysis. Yeah, it split on the downhill, or probably on the kicker. No, let me check. Yeah, it splits on the downhill. It's kind of expected. Let's go forward. Okay. Uh, in this I don't know what I did there to get into the front. Okay, yeah. I did nothing. The other guys just went to the other side, and I was left at the front. And I wasn't doing like much, a lot of power, but this is good for me because this is just a small kicker before the real climb. And I was doing just like just well 4 watts per kilogram. The other people were doing like 5, and I was like drifting back into the ground. I don't know what they call this strategy. There's like a name for this strategy. I'm sure I forgot the name. I'm gonna find it and say it the next time, probably in the next stage. Okay, trying to stick with the front group. Okay, the all the groups like bubbled in. Well, they're stretched out at the moment, but still. Okay, now this is the point where I said in my strategy that I was going to push. Okay, next video I think I'm gonna record my strategy for the race before I do it, and then I'm gonna do the race, and yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. And as you can see here, the I was thinking, okay, so the climb is next. I, I started pushing. I started hammering it, like 5 watts, nearly 5 watts per kilogram. And this is like a good strategy because you'll see what happens. Now I have like an instant gap over everybody, and they have to do a lot of power. And now I can like settle in into my own pace. And I settled in at like 240, I think, and I just stuck there 3.4, 3.5 watts, I think, and I stuck there, and I let everybody like do their work. This dude is crazy. How is he doing like 2.3 and still catching up to me and passing me? It's crazy. Excuse me. Super crazy. Probably maybe he's lightweight or something. I don't know. Or maybe the power is a little bit delayed on the left side. But yeah, I was passed by everybody basically. I was drifting back, and I was like, okay, no, I'm not gonna be losing my top 10 place. You see, like when I saw myself as 10th, I was like, no, wait a second. I gotta do this. I can do this. I can win. I mean, even after a threshold workout, I can technically win. So yeah, super crazy race. Let's go. I was pushing. Well, I wasn't doing that much power to be honest, and I could. Excuse me. I could have probably got probably first if I didn't do the crazy workouts. But yeah, I mean, I could have, should have, would have. Don't matter when the result is here. So yeah, stuck to the dash way. Dash way. I hope I'm not pronouncing the name wrong. And yeah, excuse me. Damn. I'm dying at this point, actually. Well, anyway, um, yeah, let's see how this goes. Well, I just stuck basically to his wheel and then got passed by the French dude. Did I get passed by the French dude? Where is he? Yeah, I did. I was like, well, I can't let a woman go before me. Okay, no, no sexism or any other ism. I just couldn't lose to a woman. That's just basic competitive instinct. You know what I mean? Excuse me. And I pushed, and I was like, okay, I'm ninth. These two, I can reach them. And then I pushed a little bit more, 4 watts. I passed the British dude, green. And then I was like reaching the Chinese dude, and I was like, okay, this is my time. I can do it. And I think I pushed a little bit too early. Yeah, you can see I did push a little bit too early. You know what I should have done as an intimidation tactic? Should have like got excuse me. I should have used the anvil down this or up this. Excuse me. Yeah, I was seventh. Gave me the thing. Vladis, thank you. Excuse me, I'm like dying at this point. And yeah, the Chinese dude just kicked a little bit more at the end. I was afraid of the British guy who could come back and like take my place. So yeah, I just final stand up kicker on the bike, and then yeah, I saw it's like the gap extended for like a second. I was like, okay, yeah. Eighth, not that bad to be honest. Excuse me, I'm like dying at this point. Yeah, using the anvil at the end. Funny. Yeah, results were kind of expected. A person with more power can win against people with less power. But from what I can see, like the top 10, I'm doing like the second least power, so it's kind of a. Excuse me. It's kind of a win. It's a win for me, at least. I consider that a win. Yeah. Let's go check some Zwift power stats. Okay, in Zwift power, I appear to be sixth, which is good. To be honest, it's good for me. I don't have any outstanding like numbers over here. I mean, the dude was pushing 180 BPM. God damn. The guy was like nearly dying, to be honest. Okay, yeah, the worst moment to burp. Excuse me. I'm really sorry for this. I might actually re. No, I'm too lazy to re-record this. Okay, if we compare ourselves to like everybody, what was our time like? Not bad. We're still like on the first page. Okay, never mind. I kind of want to organize it by time. Okay, yeah, there we go. By time. Well, yeah, not bad. Not bad. Like the 50th, top 50th. Nice, nice. Yeah, race super interesting. I kind of love these types of races. Okay, if I'm trying not to lose the 1.5 kgs I gained over the excuse me over the past week. Where is it? Where's my weight? Yeah, 70.5. I was like 68, so it's 2.5 kgs. Yeah, that's a lot of kgs to gain. Yeah, normalized power 360. I don't know. Is this dude? This dude should have been like an A or something. Crazy power. Well, C. But yeah, like his score is 417. How is he able to go to the C? Well, anyway, excuse me. Okay, I'm dying. Basically dying. Yeah, I hit like a 5 minute PB. Nice. Well, hope you all enjoyed this race, and sorry for burping intensely all over the commentary. What a moment, goddamn. Okay, see you next time.